The biggest thing you can really take away from Patriots Eagles week 2 of the preseason. So remember, preseason. There is hope. There is hope for the Patriots fans. Drake Maye. It's raw. It comes in glimpses. But wow. When it shows itself, it is special. The kid has talent. He's oozing with talent. I mean, 6 of 11. Under a lot of pressure in this game. Rushes for a touchdown. 15 yards rushing. 47 yards passing. Sacked once. And really what you saw was just the ability to create plays off script. Now, the rushing touchdown, that was scripted. You know, a whole line rushes one way, and then Maye finds the gap on the other side, the right side, and rushes that in easily. But time and time again, his offensive line was getting beat. And instead of turtling like the prior quarterback, Drake Maye would create plays off script. Everyone's going to talk about the Javon Baker bomb. I mean, this is like, when we saw this, it was beautiful. I mean, wow. The pocket's starting to crumble, right? And instead of panicking, rolling out, and trying to like flick it, Maye freaking scoots in. He does like a left slide into the the last bit of the pocket, and he bombs one over the middle, deep. Baker, if he comes down with that ball, holy smokes. Baker, I'm glad that he like kind of got exposed like this in this game early on, because Baker talks a lot. And I love it. But he needs to back it up. Baker needs to back it up. He had 2 huge drops in this game. And it's either you got hands or you don't, man. Like, I know he's explosive. He's going to beat his guy. He's going to beat the D-back. But is he going to come down with the ball? Does he know where he is on the field? You know, there's possibility on that deep bomb that if he doesn't leave his legs, he actually can beat the ball and then come down with it. Instead, he sends it. He sends his whole body in the air to come down with the ball, and that contact with the ground, he loses it. If he makes that catch, oh my god. Everyone's losing their minds. Just the play itself was beautiful. Baker just needs to come down with it. But also, he had another one on the left side, and like, he's deep down there. And he gets another drop. He doesn't know like where he is, where the D-back is, and where the ball is. That was tough. But Drake Maye is putting the ball in the right spot. He's doing it under pressure, and he is making plays off script. Because that's what we learned. Like, we had the kid that can function perfectly when everything is perfect around him. And what we learned was that's not how the NFL works. You can't just build the perfect offensive line and have your quarterback safe all day and just start bombing throws from the shotgun, you know? Like, it's not going to work like that. And Maye, wow, looks really good. Mike Reese talking about it today, actually, after that game, and then the 2 days following at training camp and practice and stuff. Maye is starting to outperform Jacoby. So the pressure is on now to play the best player. I talked about it, I think it was like last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, about Jacoby had his spot solidified at that point. Like, it was Brissett's team. They're building it for Brissett. And it's because Maye wasn't ready, and that's all you were hearing was Drake Maye is struggling. He is looking bad. And I mean, at the end of the day, I think the better quarterback should play. Uh, you owe it to the people that suit up, that practice all day, prepare all day for the game this week, put their bodies on the line and their livelihood on the line for your team. You owe it to them to play the best player, whether it's Brissett or whether it's Maye. I'm not going to force Maye to play week 1, all right, if he's not ready. But all I know is with Drake Maye, there's like a ceiling to actually have a football season. Like, I feel like he's a player that can elevate the receivers, can elevate the line. Like, you don't need the perfect line with Drake Maye. He had a freaking linebacker in his face, no protection, and he freaking flicks one around him, like a sidearm flick. So you don't need the best left tackle when you have Maye on the field. You don't need the best receivers either. Maye's going to put it in their hands. You know what I mean? And you have the perfect core between Polk, who is extending plays. Holy smokes. The double juke. Polk looks awesome. Pop Douglas, perfect. Pop Douglas is becoming an elite player. Hunter Henry. Drake Maye's going to put it right in their hands. And then Drake Maye can make plays with his legs, which the other quarterbacks can't do except for Milton. Milton looks fun. Like, you can see the talent there. It's just like he has one speed and it's full throttle. Milton is developing as a player, but really, like, Drake Maye, wow. He looked so good in this game, and there really is hope for the Patriots fans. Now, I like the idea of the competition. I don't know if it's legit or not. I understand why you don't rush Maye onto the field week 1. If he's not ready, and if there's a shot at jeopardizing the future with him, then you don't do it. All right, because remember, this is the Eagles' backups. This isn't the ones, the defensive linemen of the Philadelphia Eagles pounding through our line and absolutely torching the kid. So you got to remember all this stuff. Like, I'm not going to say he has to play week 1 because he absolutely dominated the Eagles' backups, and Brissett looked like, I'm not going to say it, but he looked terrible. I'm not going to say that, but I also see the argument where it's like the football team deserves the best opportunity to win when you have them suit up and practice all week and ask them to be ready for a game. They deserve the best quarterback to help them do that. So, like, it's tough. But also, like, the future, you have Drake Maye going up against the Eagles ones, and they're just plowing through Vidarian Lowe, and they're just dominating. I understand why you wouldn't want to get him into that. So I think Maye is going to play. Maybe not week 1, but maybe around Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving, a little bit after Halloween. You might see him start to play some football games. And when Drake Maye plays, I'm telling you, there's a ceiling to the, like, there's a ceiling that the offense hasn't had since 12 was here. Since 12 was here, they haven't had this ceiling that they do with Maye. I'm not saying Maye is at that ceiling. Like, that's a different ceiling. Don't put that in. Drake Maye gives them a ceiling that's higher than Mac Jones was, that's higher than Cam Newton, that's higher than Bailey Zappi. He has the ability to make plays with his legs, plays off script, pinpoint accuracy, can bomb it. It's not just screen passes and handoffs, So I like what I see in the kid. And I'm telling you, like, every time I've talked Patriots, I've been so down and so pissed about everything, about the neglectfulness at the offensive line, the losing Barmore, that sucks. Not paying Judon, like I was so pissed off. Missing on Ayuk and all this crap, like. But after watching that preseason game, like they finally just a little bit of good buzz went a long way for me. And maybe we can win some football games if he plays. With Brissett, Brissett's going to be better than Mac Jones was, so in theory you should win at least 5 with Brissett. But with Maye, you might have a legit season, so it's hard to tell. But you can't jeopardize the future with Maye. Like this year, I don't want a top 10 pick. It's a very high possibility that you're stuck with that, but you want to be competitive. You want a competitive season. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for listening. Take care.